Welcome back to the Gun Dungeon, guys. Today we're going to be talking about some home defense stuff. So, I know way back when this channel first started, one of my earlier videos I did an AR versus shotgun for home defense ballistic gel test, if you want to call it that. It was a pretty good video. It was informative on the ballistics and the wound tracks and penetration depth and things of that nature. Today we're going to be expanding on that a little bit, and we're going to be talking about the shotgun versus the AR versus a handgun for home defense. And we're not going to be talking about ballistics gel. We're going to be talking about the merits of each one, the pros and the cons of each one. So there's no sense in beating around the bush. Everybody wants to see what I think about it. We can talk about it, argue about it in the comments. So let's just go ahead and get started. One of my primary home defense weapons is this weapon right here. All three of these firearms are weapons that I have used or am using as home defense. This is my primary. This is a Shockwave 12 gauge. Now, you'll notice every weapon that I show you will have a light on it. I am a huge fan of a weapon mount light on your home defense weapon. I mean, if you want to have a separate light beside the bed to use with your offhand or whatever, great. You can't have too many lights. But if you've got one on your gun, you know you've got it all the time when you've got your gun. And it's very important to see what you're aiming a gun at. So if you forget the one that's laying there by itself, you grab the handgun, you're walking to a dimly lit room, bad scenario. Always have a light on your home defense gun. So, let's talk about some of the merits. Very powerful. Well, everybody knows 12 gauge, double aught buck, slug, whatever. Very powerful weapon. Downfall. With a large round like a 12 gauge, you're going to have limited capacity. So there you go. You're trading horsepower for capacity is what you're getting with a shotgun. Now with this particular shotgun, it has the adjustable brace on it. So this is a 14-inch barrel. This is a pretty compact home defense firearm. I guess I should stop calling it a shotgun because it's not a shotgun, it's a firearm, ATF. Anyways, very compact package for a shotgun. Most of your home defense setups are going to be 18-inch barrels because that's what the NFA Act decided was we civilized people could have. So you're going to have about 4 inches more barrel most of the time on a home defense shotgun unless you go Shockwave with a brace. Who knows how long these braces will even be legal. But now, these things are excellent little home defense guns for most shooters. I say that because they are a handful. You start ripping off full power double aught buckshot or slugs or whatever you may be using in your home defense, you're going to get some recoil. So with that said, I'm going to load this thing up. We're going to shoot some rounds, maybe even sling a slug up there at the 80 yarder, and let's see how it does. All right, so I've got some double aught buckshot in here. I will say this, where this light is mounted, it's really easy to get to with my left hand to turn it on, but if I'm not paying attention where it's at, I can really stub my thumb with that mount, which in a home defense situation, I don't think you're really gonna be thinking about it much. But when you're just training and practicing with it, I gotta make sure I keep my thumb down. So, let's rock and roll. Oh yeah. That ought to tell you something right there. And that's what she carries in the chamber. Oh yeah. That ought to tell you something right there. I have no idea where this thing is at with slugs, but let's see if I can get on that up there with one of these slugs. Nope. First time ever shooting a slug through this gun. don't even see where that one hit. No idea. Not gonna waste a bunch. I'll stick some paper up there one day and see where it's hitting with slugs, but yeah. As you can tell with our target on the ground there, the shotgun carries some horsepower. But like I said, it does come with its downfalls. Massive amounts of recoil and limited capacity. Even with your side saddle here, you're still looking at only adding 4. I know they make some 6-rounders too, but you're talking 10 rounds, 11 rounds, somewhere in there of having on the gun. You're gonna have 5 in the tube. If you wanna have 1 in the chamber and then 5 in the tube, you got 6. I don't keep mine that way because I like keeping an empty chamber. Just cruiser ready is the way I keep mine. So, yeah. Next up, the old AR15. Everybody's familiar with an AR15. Again, this is a very versatile platform. You can make this thing set up for whatever you want. You can set it up to where if your home defense consists primarily of shooting coyotes out of the back farm, out of the back 40, you can set it up for that. You can set it up for more of a close quarters combat where you're going to be maybe having to breach or having to go through your house, clear rooms. You got kids at the other side of the house you got to get to. You can set it up for that. This one is set up more battle style rifle, 16-inch barrel. Again, I have a lot. This is the Surefire. The other one was a Surefire too. This is a Surefire on this. Again, I like being able to reach it with my thumb, my off thumb, to actuate it. Don't have to worry about recoil so much with this one beating your thumb up because it's a 223, 5.56. Very little recoil. Like I said, this one has a sling on it because it is set up more for a battle style rifle. 1-to-4 variable optic, so I am good for close ranges. 1.5 actually on this Leupold, but I'm good for close ranges. I can bring her down, shorten up the gun. I've got 1.5 power optic, or I can reach out a little bit further with 4 power. So everybody knows one of the big perks of the AR-15, capacity. 30-round magazine, you got plenty of shots to take care of things. You don't have to worry about carrying extra ammo, side saddles, none of that nonsense. 130-round mag's probably gonna get your business done if I was betting money. If it ain't, you got bigger problems. But ergonomics is also a huge factor with the AR-15. We can't count that out. Ergonomics and just the versatility of it. I mean, this could easily be deployed for the significant other, the wife, the really not that much of a gun person, the one that you can just say, hey, flip the switch, pull the trigger. I mean, you're gonna want to train them some. They're gonna want to practice with it. But I mean, somebody that's not a gun person can take an AR-15 and become pretty proficient with it fairly quick. So, not gonna bore you talking about AR-15. Everybody talks about AR-15s. Everybody knows about the AR-15. We'll get my ears on, get set up. We're gonna take some shots. I'm gonna set that target back up even though I ain't gonna shoot it. Take some shots up there. I ain't gonna bang a whole lot with this thing. We'll move on. All right, I didn't load a full mag. Everybody's seen ARs be shot. Everybody's shot ARs. So, I mean, I'm not gonna really get wild here with that. But it is a gun video, so we are gonna shoot the guns. Let's see if we can get up there on that 80-yarder a few times. You can wear out an 8-inch gong at 80 yards offhand, just like that. You ain't gonna have any problems with anybody else. All right, next up, I want to talk about the handgun. I think the handgun is highly discounted in a lot of home defense situations. Everybody says, oh, the handgun is to get you to your long gun. It's true, that is true. But in my scenario, I keep a handgun in a bedside safe. If you've seen the video, you know it's this gun. In a bedside safe, and I keep my Shockwave beside the bed in cruiser ready mode. The reason I do that is if I know something's going on, I know somebody's in the house for sure. I've heard them kick the door down. They're in there raising 9 kinds. I'm grabbing the shotgun. I know for a fact there's somebody in there that needs dealt with. If I hear a bump in the night, I don't know what it is, I'm gonna grab my handgun and I'm gonna go check it out. Maybe it's something downstairs, maybe a raccoon's in something outside. Reason I'm gonna do that is because, one, I like having my other hand to be able to do things. This is very compact. If I'm going to check something out, most of the time it's gonna be something silly. It's not gonna be an actual home intruder. You never know though. In case it is, you've got a handgun. And you can fight your way back to the long gun if you need to, but you got something. But most of the time, you're gonna be going to check out something, and it's gonna be a cat knocked over a glass at the sink or whatever. It's gonna be something like that most of the time. When you've got a handgun, you can keep it oriented to the ground. You keep your finger off the trigger, on the light. Light again, light guys, light on your home defense gun. But keep your light. You can have your other light in your hand so that you're not pointing a gun at somebody if they don't need a gun pointed at them. There's another option that a pistol allows. And it's quickly deployed if you have to get it into action. You don't have to, within across the room distances, you don't have to, all right, let me get on target. No, you can quickly come up, pow. You're gonna start putting some lead downrange, and if it's a home defense gun, not a carry gun, there's no reason that you don't have a full, high capacity, full size gun. But anyways, keep this hand free. You can go check things out. You're protected, and you can maneuver through the house. You can see what's going on, and most of the time you're gonna go back to bed and say, oh, there's nothing, put your gun back. With a longer gun, you're probably, if all you have is a long gun and you get woke up by something, it's probably nothing, probably the cat. Let's be real, guys. Most of the time you're just gonna walk past the long gun and go see what in the heck that sound was. Handgun's laying there, I'll grab that. That's no big deal. So I'm a huge advocate for having a handgun by the bed, even if it's not your primary home defense gun. It could be, if it's a scenario like that and your cat turns out to be a cat burglar. So, like I said, this is a shooting video. We're gonna shoot some and we're gonna get on with it. So, get my ears on, get set up, and let's take some shots. Got my ears on. Got some rounds loaded here. It's one full mag. See if that target stands up now. It took a whooping from that shotgun. Golly, I'm off today. That was pitiful. Maybe I need to stick with the shotgun today. So I know we didn't break no walls down today. We didn't tear down no barriers. We didn't decide which one was best, which one was not. Didn't really talk about it a whole terrible lot in detail, but some of the new shooters out there may get something from it, and hope you all enjoyed the video. Anyways, we done some shooting and we talked about guns. So that's really all I got for you. I want to hear the arguments down in the comments. This one ought to get good. Let's hear the shotgun guys versus AR guys versus handgun guys. Let's hear your all's comments. Till next time, guys, stay tuned.